Hello and welcome back to a wonderful night here at Preston Field. I'm your host, Bodie Eiseminger, and tonight I'm joined by
Matthew Roby.
And Matthew, it's a chilly night here at Preston Field. 57, but it feels a lot colder than that. It's gonna be interesting to see how the 6-0 Panthers come out here and face the Lee Summit Tigers. Should be a good matchup. So Matthew, what are we looking for here in terms of what the Panthers are going to be doing?
I see a lot of defensive plays because I heard Lee Summit is very good at their offense.
Yeah, Lee Summit on the season here is 3-4. So it's going to be an interesting matchup. Panthers are coming in, 7-0, 3-0 at home, 3-0 away, and 1 on neutral turf with 100% win percentage. So they're looking mighty fine. And I believe, Matthew, that this is the conference championship.
Oh, very important game then.
But along with the conference championship, it is also senior night for these Panthers. So before the game, the seniors walked out with their families out of the tunnel, and it was really heartwarming to see. They had a little interview on the screen, and it was a nice sign as the Panthers right now are undergoing a coin toss, and they've been out there for a second. So we will see what the call is. But yeah, Matthew, so 7-0. They're looking to make it 8-0 going into the postseason. Led by quarterback Nathan Rico. And what do you think about his performance so far this season?
His performance has been a little rocky, but overall he's been a great player who's scored us many touchdowns.
Yeah, he's been electric at times. And the Panthers here, a little injury update. Briggs Bartosh, who used to be the Panthers' lead back, I believe is out for the season with a ankle injury. So he'll be done. So this backfield will be led by Darien Jones if he suits up tonight, and Lucas Oyker, who has been capable in his own right on the ground. So definitely not too bad of a weakness here for the Panthers, as this run game, as we've seen over the season, has been very good on the ground. A lot of yards per carry, and that's a good way to move the chains, especially at a low-risk, high-reward rate that these Panthers are running it. And, it might be 57 degrees, Matthew, but the Rage Cage, again, in full effect. I'm going to give it back and forth. And now the Panthers are going to kick this one off, and it's going to be a high soaring ball to the 6-yard line. It's going to be fielded and run back. And, oh, my, a big return might be on the way for Lee Summit, and they're going to ground the ball at the 41. An electric return there by Max Cates. And so now the Lee Summit Tigers will take over at the 42-yard line. Should the Panthers be a little more cautious on these kick returns, Matthew?
Yeah, I think they should because Lee Summit is very good at fitting through the gaps.
Yeah, definitely fast-paced and weaving on that last return. As now the Panthers are going to come out. Looks like they're going to rush 3 with 3 linebackers behind. Another linebacker will stack the box. Snap will be taken, and throwing to his right side, it will be caught and tackled for a short gain of 2 there. The quarterback there, Alex Benassi, out for the Lee Summit Tigers, as he completes one for about 2 or 3 on that short reception. Set there, Matthew. They came out in an empty set, no running back in that first play. Should we see a little more air offense from these Tigers tonight?
After what that play did, I'm sure they're going to start using that same play more. So, yeah.
So this play is going to be run for about a gain of a yard. Nothing really doing there on the ground. Now it's going to be 3rd and about 7 for the Tigers. And these Panthers on defense have been electric. Chase Fitch in particular, I think he had a 3-touchdown game if I'm not mistaken. He's been electric on the defensive side of the ball. Sometimes, these Panthers, their defense is their offense in these games with how well they're playing. As this snap, a man will come in motion for the Tigers. Snap's going to be taken and rolling out to his left and he will be tackled down for a gain of about 4 yards. It's going to be 4th and about 4, and Alex Benassi there on the carry got outside of the pocket and tried to make something happen. Just nothing really opened as the Panthers' stifling defense makes a great play, and now it looks like they'll march on the punt team. So a good set of defense, or a good defensive set here for the Panthers on that first drive. So now looking to punt, Lee Summit will send one away. It'll bounce at the 21 and take a nice Panthers bounce where they will start at the 26-yard line. So not the best punts, and it definitely took a Panthers bounce, but it's good enough to put the Panthers kind of deep in their own territory, and they're going to have to churn out a nice offensive possession to make something happen here. And so out marches the Panthers offense. And last week, kind of a non-factor. They won 7-0 in North Kansas City, a very, very defensive-sided game there. Not a lot of offense, but enough to get it done, Matthew. So we're going to see if they've kind of schemed anything, a little something different here tonight to make a little more happen through the air and on the ground as Nathan Rico looks to take his first snap of the game, and it will be taken a screen pass out wide, and it's going to be wrapped up for a loss of about a yard. Nathan Rico looking for TJ McGee there. And this is interesting, Matthew. TJ McGee, he started off the season. We didn't see a lot of him, but, he's come out in these past 3 weeks or so, and he's had a way more prominent role in the game. What do you think that's attributed to?
It could be that some of the players are out because of injuries, so they're starting to use more of the backup players like TJ.
Yeah, definitely could be a big part. And he's been electric. He's had a few big plays within these games. Now Nathan Rico's going to step up in the pocket and fire one for a gain of about 12. And that was thrown to Jack Bajorn, one of the numerous seniors here tonight for the Panthers. So senior to senior there. And we talk about this season a lot, Matthew, but going into next season, it'll be interesting. Such a large proportion of the Panthers are seniors. Do you think this team will find the same kind of success next year?
The juniors will be seniors, so I hope the juniors can live up to the seniors' legacy that leave.
So this snap will be taken to Lucas Oyker, who's going to be hit and then bounce out of a tackle for a short gain of about 2 yards. And Lucas Oyker, a very powerful back, but he just doesn't have the same amount of speed and mobility as Briggs Bartosh. That's not to say he's not very good. He's incredibly capable in his own right, and he's, in fact, a great running back, but he's not able to churn that edge like we've seen Briggs Bartosh do. As now Nathan Rico is going to fire one over the middle, and it's going to be incomplete. I believe he was looking for Jack Bajorn again on that throw. But yeah, Lucas Oyker definitely capable on the running game, able to turn out a lot of yards. He's just looking to turn those yards into touchdowns now. He's got to get that elusive factor down, and he's definitely capable. As now Darien Jones will line up in the backfield alongside Nathan Rico. Snap's going to be taken. Nathan Rico is going to roll out to his right. Going to look to throw down the field. He'll fire one sideline where it will be caught, I believe. A nice sideline grab there. And on the catch, that was Hayden Klein. So a play that looked like it was busted. Nathan Rico rolls out to his right and fires a dart to the sideline. Caught inbounds by Hayden Klein. What a great play.
Honestly, it was. This just shows that Nathan Rico really plays better when he's under pressure.
Yeah, definitely able to extend that pocket a little bit. As now he has 4 wide receivers out wide and Darien Jones in the backfield. As this one's going to be a handoff to Darien Jones, who's going to bounce it left, and he's going to get a good chunk there, maybe a gain of 8 or 9, and a good run there. A nice hole, but Darien Jones able to bounce outside a little bit and get going. As now it looks like they're gonna sub in Lucas Oyker. It might be a half and half snap count here for these two backs. As now it's going to be 2nd and 2 for Nathan Rico and the Panthers, as he will now drop back a deep set, and he's going to fire a lob to Mudia Rubin, who looked to catch one over the wide receiver, or the DB, excuse me, but just couldn't come down with it. A very contested ball. If that ball was put a little bit further, Matthew, we were going to see a touchdown there.
It would have been amazing to see Mudia get a touchdown after he's a senior, so this could be just adding more to his D1 offers.
Yeah. These seniors looking for a big night tonight, especially because I think it's the conference championship, so they're looking to make something happen. As there's a little confusion on the play call, it looks like. Panthers have yet to be set. Excuse me, there was a penalty on there. I didn't realize that. So the Panthers going to be backed up another 5 yards. So it'll be 2nd and 7 now instead of the 2nd and 2 that they just faced. As now they'll move Lucas Oiker to Nathan Rico's right. And another flag will fly. And this one will be against Lee Summit. Maybe some offsides or encroachment there. Not exactly sure on the call. Yeah, just some encroachment. Just lined off a little bit too far off the line of scrimmage, and now it'll be 2nd and about 2 yards, 2nd and 1.5 maybe for these Panthers. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a shot to Mudia Rubin here, Matthew.
I would love to see a shot to Mudia Rubin, but it looks like he's going to run it instead.
Yeah, Nathan Rico's going to get out to his right, and he's going to make something happen. A big chunk there, and a late push out of bounds. That flag will fly, and that's going to be unnecessary roughness on a late hit to Nathan Rico, who scrambled for a gain of 20 yards, and it's going to be a big chunk more here. Panthers are going to be very close to the end zone. And the Rage Cage here chanting, "You can't do that, Matthew." And yeah, that's so unnecessary. There was no reason to push Nathan Rico that hard, and especially if he's already out of bounds. So that definitely makes sense as to why that flag flies. As now the Panthers will march forward, and we'll see where the spot is. They will take over at the 11-yard line of Lee Summit. So definitely within the red zone here, and a chance to make something happen with these next 4 downs or so. I guess it's possible to get the first down, but if you're this close to the end zone, that rarely happens. So we'll see if Nathan Rico, who is joined by Lucas Oiker in the background, can punch one in. Snap's going to be taken, and he's going to look to throw. He's going to throw right, and this one is incomplete. Mudia Rubin had it in his hands, but just draped over by the defender. So a good play there from the Lee Summit Tigers. And that's interesting, Matthew. Mudia Rubin is incredibly tall. He's way taller than his defender, but just hasn't been able to create separation yet in this game. Do you think he'll be able to find a path open?
Yeah, he always finds a path open. So when Mudia gets this touchdown, I'll see it.
So you think it's going to Mudia, as this one looked like it was a handoff, but a flag will fly. It's going to be false start, and that will back the Panthers up even more. So a few offensive line injuries for these Panthers in the past 2 or 3 weeks. Grant Dunaway, their starting guard, went down with a lower leg injury, and he was out for the North Kansas City game, but he's back tonight. And so the Panthers are definitely looking to solidify that offensive line a little bit. 2 weeks ago, the Panthers lost, I believe, 2 of their offensive linemen in their home victory. As now Nathan Rico is going to fire one end zone, just too high for his receiver there. And he was looking for TJ McGee again. So 7 minutes and 7 seconds left in the first quarter. One tight end in the game, and that's Jack Bajorn, who's going to line up to the left of the line. Nathan Rico is going to take the snap, and he's going to fire to the right where Mudia Rubin is in the back of the end zone. Look to make an amazing play, looking for the one-handed grab, but it's going to be no good. And now it's going to be 4th and 11 or so from the 11. And it looks like the Panthers are going to march out their field goal unit to take the early lead in this one. Looking to go up 3-0 on Lee Summit. Mason Love on for the kick. Mason Love, he's had a few troubles in these past few weeks with these field goals, but this one is going to be up and through. Looks like he got that ironed out in practice, but we saw him miss a few extra points a few weeks ago. He got replaced by Moody Rubin late in the fourth quarter as the Panthers couldn't afford to lose that game, but he comes in and sinks that one for a 3-0 lead for these Panthers. So, Matthew, what do you make of this offensive start here?
Well, we got from the other half of the field to the other half, so our offense is great. I think it's just Lee Summit's defense is also great.
So 6 minutes and 58 seconds left in the first quarter, and I'm not going to say an early score there for the Panthers, but one that was definitely needed, as they're going to go up 3-0 on Lee Summit High School. Matthew, what do you think a safe lead going into the second quarter is for these Panthers?
14 to 0.
14 to 0. I agree. I think as many points as possible, Matthew, but that's a fine answer.
Yep.
As Mason Love will take the kickoff duties again, and we're going to see how the kick return defense is for these Panthers. They let up that big return here from Lee Summit last kick, and this one is going to be fielded out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And Mason Love, he's got a leg on him. We've seen him do that numerous times, and so the Lee Summit Tigers won't even get a chance to return as they will start from their 20-yard line and looking to make something happen, down 3-0 so far in this game. So now Alex Benassi is out at quarterback, trailed by a tailback with 4 receivers out wide, 1 tight end, I believe, as they're going to motion him across. Snap's going to be taken, and it's going to be a play action as Alex Benassi is going to try and scramble, but he'll be wrapped up for a very short gain, maybe even just half a yard. Nothing major there, as a good defensive play there for the Panthers. So now it's going to be 2nd and 10. Looks like 2 tight ends in the game with 2 receivers out wide. Looking like an I formation here. They're going to motion a man, and it's going to be a run up the middle for a gain of about 6 yards or so. James Holt there on the stop, and it's going to be 3rd and 4.5 or so. And a stop here would go a long way for the Panthers, getting the ball back with about 6 minutes and 30 seconds left. Let's see if this defense can make something happen. Snap's going to be taken, and Alex Benassi is going to look to throw, and it's going to be a short one. But it's going to be just enough for the yardage. Barely squeaked by. It was close there, Matthew. And Alex Benassi, what are your thoughts on him so far in this game?
He's playing very well. I think Lee Summit really deserves to be in this spot playing against Parkdale South.
Snap's going to be taken. It's going to be a handoff, bouncing left and wrapped up quickly for only a gain of about a yard, maybe even less. This Panthers run defense has been stout so far, only letting up 1 carry of about 5+ so far in about 6 or so attempts. So great defense, and let's see if they can keep it up. It's that short passing game that's really getting them so far. What do you think the Panthers can do to limit that, Matthew?
Have their defense stretched all the way around and guard everyone.
As this snap's going to be taken, and it's going to be a handoff bouncing right and wrapped up for a gain of about 2 yards. Another stout run defense set there for the Panthers. And I believe on the carry for Lee Summit, that was Devin Andrews, as he now trails Alex Benassi in the backfield. 4 receivers out wide now. Panthers look like they're going to rush 3. Another man will leak in, so they're going to send 4. Alex Benassi feeling some pressure. He's going to step up in the pocket and lob one deep. And this one nearly caught, tried to make a play. And on the stop there, that was Dylan Love. He broke up that pass, and Lee Summit taking a shot there. Well, we talked about that short passing game, and now they're going to try and uncork one deep, but now it's going to be 4th and 6 or so, and it looks like they're going to send on the punt unit. What do you make of that defensive set, Matthew?
Well, the Panthers have a great defense so far. We've stopped them from getting a touchdown. They stopped us from getting a touchdown. Two great teams against each other, really.
This punt will be taken, and it's going to be a high kick. It's going to be fair caught at about the 30-yard line. And a flag will fly for a late hit. The returner for the Panthers, number 28, Alano Alvarez, called for a fair catch, and a Lee Summit player ran into him. And, you can't do that if a fair catch is called, so that'll move the Panthers forward a little bit. They will now start from the 30-yard line. And I thought I saw a flag. I must have not have seen one. So there won't be any penalty yardage there. So the Panthers will just start at the 30-yard line where the ball was caught. I thought the ref had thrown a flag, but it might have just been a ball marker to where the spot was. As now Nathan Rico will line up at his 30-yard line. He's going to motion Jack Bajorn to the left side of the line. Snap will be taken. It's going to be handoff, running right, and for no gain, it looks like Lucas Oyker trying to make something happen. Just nothing doing there. This is going to be 2nd and 10 again for these Panthers. And both teams have had a pretty stout run defense. There was that big 20-yard scramble there by Nathan Rico, but in terms of running back yardage, not a lot so far through this first quarter. 4 minutes left. And we'll see if the Panthers can do something to change that as Lucas Oyker is in the backfield again. Nathan Rico will take the snap. He's going to survey. He's going to drop back deep. He's going to fire one over the middle. Moody Rubin's going to come back and catch one and try and make something happen on a spin, and will be tackled for a gain of about 9 or so, where the Panthers will have a 3rd and 2. Nathan Rico awaiting the call. 4 receivers out wide. 3rd down and 2. Snap will be taken. Lucas Oyker's going to bounce one and get forward for that gain of 6. And so with Lucas Oyker, you don't really see that crazy big play, but he is a very consistent runner. Averages about 4 yards per carry, and that's all you need from a running back. As long as he's consistently powerful like that, you're going to get everything you want done on the ground done. As now they're going to bring in the big Darien Jones and try and change the pace a little bit on these Lee Summit Tigers. And Darien Jones was out 2 weeks ago with an injury, but he's back tonight, which is good to see. The Panthers were alone with Lucas Oyker 2 weeks ago, and now they have Darien Jones back to give Lucas Oyker a little break as he will pick up a blitz. Nathan Rico's going to roll to his right, and he's going to throw one deep, and Moody Rubin nearly came down. Another contested catch. Just trying to make something happen. Moody Rubin is a big guy. Just trying to make Moody Rubin make that athletic play, make that physical play over that smaller defender. Nothing doing yet, but a lot of time left in this game. And if they keep going there, eventually he will break deep. We've seen him score numerous touchdowns in numerous games just due to that elusive size and speed. Defenders just kind of get lost on him as now he lines up to the bottom of your screen. Snap's going to be taken. Handoff for a gain of about 3 or so, 2 or 3. It'll depend on the spot. I thought he got a little farther than they're going to mark him, but they're just going to give him that gain of 2, as now it's going to be 3rd and 8 for these Panthers. Awaiting the call. One running back behind Nathan Rico to his side, and 2 wide receivers out wide, or 4 wide receivers out wide. Snap's going to be taking a deep drop, a blitz coming, and a quick completion over the middle. And going down the sideline, he's going to be gone. And on the catch and on the score, that is Hayden Klein. A great play for the Panthers. And what was going to be a short gain went for a touchdown. An amazing play call, an amazing play. Hayden Klein, what a run, what a play. And a great score for these Panthers as now they're going to go up 9-0 on the Lee Summit Tigers. That was a quick play. Matthew. We normally see those balls lobbed deep, but that one was a short pass that Hayden Klein, and a tremendous athlete, just made something happen on. Do you think we'll see him get more involved in tonight's game?
Yeah, with all the players out, they have to start using more players that are not really included. So, yeah, we'll see more players like that.
Yeah, and if he can do that when he catches the ball, I'd say feed it to him a little more, Matthew, as now Mason Love is going to be on to kick this extra point. It's going to be up and good. It's going to be 10-0 Panthers with 1 minute and 49 seconds left. So a good drive for the Panthers, a relatively quick drive, only 2 first downs and then that touchdown. As now the Tigers will get the ball back with 1 minute and 49 seconds left. And as a Panthers fan, you want to see them run away with this game, but I also don't mind, a close game here and there, Matthew. As now the teams will kind of recuperate before this kickoff. All right, Matthew. Final score projection. Go.
28-0.
28-0. All right. I bet Lee Summit gets on the board. They got to put. I bet it's. I'm gonna say 38-10. I'm gonna say 38-10, Matthew.
It's cold outside. I don't think it's that far.
You really? You think that the cold is gonna affect the players a little bit tonight?
Yeah, at least Summit's real hot, so they might be playing like a lot worse.
As this kick will be fielded deep in the end zone. All right, guys, our viewers, you have our score predictions for tonight's game. So we'll look to see which one's closer as these teams will take the field. Panthers defense very stifling so far. They've been electric stopping that run. That's just that short pass game that they're going to look to stop. And so what are your keys here? If you're Leeds Summit, how are you going to get on the board here, Matthew?
Really got to get rid of Moody or Rubin and the running back, Darien Jones.
Snap's going to be taken, and a big hit is delivered for a gain of about 3 yards, rumbles Lee Summit. And that was Devin Andrews again, who seems to be their lead back in the backfield. 1 minute and 30 seconds left. Two receivers out wide, 2 tight ends, a motion man. Snap's going to be taken, rolling to his left, and a lob down the sideline, no good, looking for a flag there, and that was intended for Joshua Manning. He was looking for a pass interference call on this left sideline, not going to get one, as now Alex Benassi faces a 3rd and about 6 or something, or 6 or so, excuse me, and just trying to make something happen here. They've been Lee Summit's been stopped so far in these past 2 drives, and so they're looking to make anything happen here on this one. They've been looking for that big play twice on 2 drives, but maybe they need to go back to that underneath stuff that was showing some promise in that first drive of the game. As now Ben Benassi will take the snap, or Alex Benassi, excuse me, will take the snap, and a flag will fly. I assume it'll be false, or it'll be encroachment on the Panthers. So that'll move the Tigers closer now. It's going to be 3rd and way more manageable, 3rd and about 3 or so for the Tigers. And so now I bet we see some sort of run up the gut, just trying to turn out those 2 yards so they get another set of downs, another chance to make something happen. They gotta sustain a drive here, Matthew. And a stop here would go a long way for the Panthers, but we'll see if they can do it, as this one's going to be a hand up the middle and rocked in the backfield. And that's Torrin Ziegler on the tackle, and a big loss, as now it's going to be 4th and 5. Wow, that was an amazing play from Torrin Ziegler. He just came screaming up the middle, Matthew. I haven't seen a hit like that in a while.
No, he really came out of nowhere. It actually made my heart jump.
Yeah, just kind of rocked the running back there in the backfield. That was Devin Andrews who got tackled. Hopefully he's okay. Torrin Ziegler delivering some punishment early with 34 seconds left in this first quarter. Snap will be taken, and a punt for a gain of about 30 yards. It'll bounce, and it'll take a Lee Summit Tigers friendly bounce, as now the Panthers will start at their 45. And so if they put up 7 here, Matthew, we might see a runaway. Hopefully they do, But these Tigers, they're going to look to stop the Panthers. But like you said, the key to stopping them, you got to shut down Moody Rubin, you got to shut down Jack Bajorn, and you got to shut down Lucas Oyker. But that's a tall task. You really got to focus on one of them. But if you focus on one, the other one's going to break free. So we'll see what Lee Summit has drawn up so far for this drive. As Nathan Rico will take the snap, it's going to be a handoff, and Darien Jones, that's Lucas Oyker, who will be wrapped up for no gain there. So it'll be 2nd and 10 from the 45 for the Panthers as Nathan Rico awaits the play call. And an interesting story, Matthew, is next year, if Nathan Rico, when he's gone, who's going to step in and replace him? He's been so good in leading these Panthers these past 2 years. Last year going 8-3, and this year undefeated so far. So we'll see how the Panthers are able to adjust, as that's the end of the first quarter. It's 12-0, or it's 12 minutes in the second quarter coming your way. 10-0 is your score, Panthers. All right, so the Panthers now facing 2nd and 10 from their 45. Nathan Rico will take the snap. He's going to fire one over the middle and looking for Moody Rubin. That one just kind of flies through his hands, and maybe Moody Rubin's just kind of lacking a little bit of that concentration. 2 drops earlier, or 3 drops earlier. Do you think that's getting to his head a little, Matthew?
Yeah, I see him stressing out after he misses the ball, so maybe he can try to practice a little bit more.
So now it's going to be 3rd and 10. Nathan Rico is going to take the snap. A blitz coming. He's going to roll out to his left. He's going to fire one. It's going to be incomplete, looking for Jack Bajorn, and what would have been an amazing play. He was running left and throwing across his body, and that one just wasn't going to work out. As now it's going to be 4th and 10 for these Panthers, and they're just going to march on the punt unit. So a good defensive set there for Lee Summit. They were able to successfully shut down the Panthers, and they needed that. A 17-0 lead to start the second quarter would not have been something that would have helped in their efforts to win this game. As now the punt team is on for the Panthers, and Mason Love is looking to kick this one away. He'll take the snap, and he will punt this one. It's going to be high, and it's going to bounce out of bounds. It'll cross out of bounds at about the 36 or 33. So they're gonna mark them as a crossing at about the 38, and so that is where Lee Summit will take over. $11 minutes and 42 seconds left in this half, as the Tigers will hand this one off, and bouncing to his left, that again was Devin Andrews, but he was stopped short after a short game about a yard, and a great defensive play there from the Panthers coming across that line and making a stop. 2nd and 9 now for Alex Benassi. 2 running backs in the backfield now. 3 receivers out wide. He's going to take the snap. He's going to fake a handoff, and a quick one fired and bounced off the hands of the defender. And this one's going to be caught and intercepted by the Panthers, and they will now take over at the 43-yard line. So kind of unfortunate there for Alex Benassi. Nothing he could really do. Looked for a man wide open over the middle. Just slipped through his hands, bounced off of his pads, and into the hands of the Panthers, where it'll be picked off, and they will take over at the 44-yard line. But a player is down on the field, and so hopefully he's okay. Matthew, you have anything to reflect on about that last play there for the Panthers?
It was a great play for the Panthers at the cost of number 11 on the Lee Summit team, though.
And he will get up and walk off on his own power, which is good. That's good, of course, for Lee Summit. As now this Panthers offense will get another chance. And that was kind of a case of being in the right place at the right time almost, Matthew. You know, you don't really draw up interceptions like that when you think they're going to happen. Just kind of unfortunate for Lee Summit, but the Panthers are going to look to capitalize. And like I said, that 17-0 lead going into that second half or second quarter would almost be devastating here for Lee Summit, but the Panthers are in prime position to make that happen, as Nathan Rico will take the snap. It's going to be handoff. Darien Jones will be wrapped up after a gain of about 3 or 4, and now it'll be 2nd and 7 for the Panthers. Clock is ticking under 10 minutes and 35 seconds now. 2nd and 7. I bet we see an airplay here, Matthew. Something through the air as Nathan Rico will drop back. He's going to fire a quick one over the middle, just high, looking for Hayden Klein again. And Nathan Rico, normally a pretty accurate guy. That one kind of got away, Matthew.
Yeah, I think he's just having a little rough time because it's a little cold outside maybe.
As now 4 receivers out wide and a running back. Darien Jones will trail him. Nathan Rico is going to take the snap. He's going to drop back in the pocket. A blitz coming. He's going to look to make something happen, but he'll be wrapped up for a big loss there. Drop back at the Panthers' own 48. And now they're going to march on the punting as they should. It's going to be 4th and a mile for this Panthers. So another good defensive set for the Lee Summit Tigers, and they're going to get the ball back quickly following that Alex Benassi interception. And Mason Love is on to kick this one away. So the Panthers are struggling against that blitz, Matthew. What are they going to do to step that up?
Blitzes are for tackling quarterbacks, so there really is nothing they can do.
As this punt will be fielded at about the 16, and a quick wrap up there for the Panthers. That it's only going to be a gain of about 4 yards in the return. Nothing really crazy on that one, as now Lee Summit will start at their 21-yard line, and a long field to go. But they definitely need a score here. As long as they can get on the board before halftime, it's definitely a good sign for them. And so they're going to look to make that happen. You know, any points are good points, but going into halftime, a score would really help the game plan going into the second half. They got a lot of time there to make that up. But this is going to be a handoff and running for a gain of about 14 or 15 there. That was Devin Andrews. And so a big run there for the Tigers, and now they're on the move, 1st down. 1st down from the 34. Snap will be taken. And bouncing right again was Devin Andrews, but a flag will come down. An illegal tackle there, and that will move the Tigers forward even more, I believe. One of the Panthers defender kind of grabbed the jersey there of Devin Andrews, and now that will move them forward even more. It's going to be 1st and about 5 or so. as now the clock will tick under 9 minutes and 15 seconds. Alex Benassi has got 2 running backs to his left and right, 3 receivers out wide. He'll take the snap. It's going to be another handoff. And a quick scamper there for a gain of about 7 yards or so. That was Devin Andrews. And Devin Andrews looks pretty quick. He's rather undersized for a running back, but he was able to get those legs moving, and that's a nice gain there for the Tigers, as now they have good field position here, now at the 45. So approaching midfield as Alex Benassi will alert his linemen. Panthers looking like they're going to send 4, maybe 5 here. No, it's just going to be 4. And this one's going to be a quick screen out to the left, and an amazing hurdle play there from the Tigers receiver. And on the catch there, that was David Dorsett. And he was the one who just went down with the injury a few seconds ago, Matthew. He comes up with a big hurdle play, as now it will be 2nd and about 4 yards for the Tigers. This snap's going to be taken. It'll be a handoff. And Devin Andrews is not going to get anywhere, as that's going to be stopped for a very short gain. And now it's going to be 3rd and about 4 left. No gain there. 3 receivers out wide. 2 running backs. And Alex Benassi, as they need this 3rd down conversion. They need to put something on the board here, as it's going to be another snap taken. And Devin Andrews isn't going to get a lot. He's going to get about 1.5 yards. And so now it's going to be 4th and short at midfield. And it looks like the Tigers are staying out there, and they are. And so 4th and 3 or so. Crucial 4th down. And it's going to be another screen, and stopped way short there. A great play from the Panthers, as now they're going to start at their 48-yard line. A great set there for the Panthers defense. And that was Roger Guillory there on that stop, and a great play. As now it's going to be 1st down from the Panthers 49 on that crucial 4th down stop, and now they have excellent field position again. And now let's see if they can do something against that blitz. You know it's coming because it's been working so well for these Tigers. And so let's see how the offensive lineman here of the Panthers can pick that up. As Nathan Rico will trot out with Lucas Eicher to his right. 3 receivers down at the bottom of your screen, and I believe that's Moody Rubin to the top. As Nathan Rico will take the snap, it's going to be a handoff. Lucas Eicher is going to bounce it to his right. He's going to try and make a move, and isn't going to get a lot, maybe a gain of about 1 yard or so, but nothing crazy there. As the blocks they just didn't really set up on that last run there, Matthew. So yeah, the Panthers, they were so electric to start the season on the ground. Do you think they'll be able to rekindle that magic as we enter the postseason?
The Panthers really can do anything, so yeah, I believe we can.
3 receivers out wide. They're going to motion Jack Bajorn to the left side of the line. Nathan Rico will take the snap. It'll be a handoff. Lucas Eicher trying to put one up the middle, but he's going to be stopped very short for a loss of about 1 yard. It's going to be 3rd and 10 now. So nothing really working on the ground here, and that's going to force Nathan Rico to have to air one out. I assume we'll see one here with excellent field position. 6 minutes left in the first half. 4 receivers out wide, and whistles will blow. And it's going to be a timeout. Lee Summit. And so, yeah, these Panthers haven't been able to get a lot going on the ground. Matthew, do you attribute that to the running back or to the blocking errors?
I think it's because that it could be the blocks and the running errors. Also because that it's cold. We usually are used to playing in the summer, and we're trying to adjust to it. As they run back on the field, the Panthers get ready to score.
So it'll be 3rd and 10 here for the Panthers. And they started this drive with excellent field position, just haven't been able to get anything going yet. 2 running attempts, but nothing working. As now there's 4 receivers out wide. Jack Bajorn to the bottom of your screen, Moody Rubin to the top, and Nathan Rico is going to take the snap in the pocket. He's going to look to throw a heavy blitz coming. It was going to be a screen for Lucas Oyker. It's just not going to work. Tipped at the line there by the defensive players from the Tigers, and now the Panthers going to march on the punt team for the 3rd offensive series in a row. So these Tigers have been stifling so far. And they've been sending that heavy blitz package, and Nathan Rico just unable to really adapt to it so far. As he keeps seeing it, I'm sure that he'll, take advantage of it. But another flag will fly. We await the call. And it looked like it was too many men on the field, so Panthers are now going to move forward, and it's going to be 4th and 5 from the 46. And they're still going to punt this one away. Snap's going to be taken. Mason Love is going to boot this one, and that's a nice punt. It'll be fair caught at the 11-yard line, and so that is where the Tigers will take over. And a good punt there from Mason Love, net gain of about 30 yards there for the Panthers defense to work with. And so they're going to march on and try and make a stop here with 5 minutes and 56 seconds left. So, Matthew, the next question is, do you think the Tigers will get on the board before the first half is over?
No. I don't think they're going to get on the board the entire game. I think.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that projection. Yeah. Well, we will see. Still 10-0 your score, as now Alex Benassi will move to his right, and he's going to tiptoe along the sideline. But the referee will say that he stepped out at about the 16, and now it'll be 2nd and 5-ish. So 3 receivers out wide. Alex Benassi is trailed by a running back, and he's going to roll to his left. Now going to fire cross body and wide open down the field, finding a complete man for a gain of about 17 yards there. And on the catch, that was Joshua Manning. So 1st down Tigers, and that's something we haven't seen a lot of from the Tigers. We haven't seen a lot of passing plays. They've been working semi-successfully, but when they're complete, just they haven't had a lot of completions. Of course, that interception earlier in this quarter, and now Alex Benassi is going to fire a quick one over the middle, and this one's going to be dropped. And that was David Dorsett, who made that great hurdle play a few drives ago, and he's going to drop that one. So Moody Rubin, concentration drop there, and now David Dorsett, a concentration drop there. Do you think that's the cold, Matthew?
I was literally going to say, yeah, it's probably because it's really cold.
As now this one's going to be fired, and a gain, and it's going to be depending on the spot. It might be good enough for the 1st down, but they're going to say he's short, so it's going to be 3rd and 1 now with 5 minutes or so left in the half. Not exactly in punt territory yet, as this one's going to be taken, and it will depend on the spot. The referees look like they're going to give him it, and they will give him the 1st down. And that was close. The Panthers almost wrapped him up at the line of scrimmage, and that was Devin Andrews on the carry. Super fast guy. I'm almost surprised to see how fast he is. He is able to get up and going. Number 32 there for the Tigers. And he's almost been the highlight so far for their offense, as now Alex Benassi will look to make something happen, and he will cut it back right. And, of course, as I say that, he's going to scramble for a huge gain. And he's actually going to march one in for the touchdown. He tiptoed alongside the sideline for a good 55 yards or so, and a just total defensive lapse there for the Panthers, as now the Tigers are on the board with 4 minutes and 30 seconds left. That was a complete defensive breakdown there from the Panthers. And, we talked about how stout their run defense was, not against the quarterback apparently. And Alex Benassi puts a great touchdown on the board, an amazing run, an amazing tiptoe along the sideline. And you don't see a lot of plays like that. I was all surprised he stayed in bounds. He was hit down at about the 15, and he still tiptoed in bounds for that score. So it's going to be 10, at least, and Lee Summit, makes it 7-10. And Matthew, what do we make of that defensive possession for the Panthers?
It's a strong defense. I think the game's going to be very close, as you were saying earlier. You said you like close games, so both these teams are very strong in offense and defense. So 7-10 already in the second quarter. This game's definitely going to be close.
I think that means my prediction was right, Matthew.
Yeah, that too.
So 28-0, not possible anymore, but 28-7 doesn't hurt. A win is a win, as now the Panthers back deep to receive it, and hopefully they've worked up something to counter the blitz of Platte County on the sideline, as it's been causing Nathan Rico a lot of trouble back there, unable to really find his groove in the second quarter, and they have the Panthers haven't scored since the first quarter. They've had about, I think, 3 drives to make something happen and nothing doing. And so they're going to look to change that here. But it all comes with picking up that blitz. And this kick will be up and away, and it's going to be bouncing out of bounds at about the 5-yard line. And now the Panthers will take over at the 35 with that extra yardage. You can't kick the ball out of bounds on the kickoff. And so they're going to get that penalty yardage. So they will start at the 35 in good field position thanks to that out-of-bounds kick. So it was cold to start this game, Matthew, and getting chillier. 55 now here at Preston Field tonight. By the time this game's over, it should get down to 52. So, maybe that cold weather is going to have something to do with how these players are playing. As now Nathan Rico will take the snap. It's going to be a handoff. Darien Jones going to look to make something happen. He'll bounce to his right and will be wrapped up, looking to make a big play happen instead of he gave up the easy yardage to try and make something huge happen, and will come down as a loss of 2. So, high risk, high reward there. Not able to capitalize, and it will be 2nd and 11 for the Panthers now. So Matthew, going forward here from the Panthers, are you gonna, if you were the Panthers, would you throw the ball or run the ball more in the second half? As actually, Moody Rubin just made a very athletic play for a gain of 8. But yeah, going forward, would you run or pass the ball in this game to win it?
I would start throwing it because we haven't had any interceptions, and running the ball doesn't really get us that much yardage. So throwing the ball is the obvious choice.
Yeah, the running room really hasn't been there, as this one's going to be a handoff to Darien Jones, and he'll be wrapped up again for a loss. Loss of 2 there, but a flag will fly. We'll see what that is. Just nothing really, no holes really opening on the ground for the Panthers. And we'll see what the flag is for. And the Panthers will move forward. It's going to be first down. I'm not sure what the call was. But enough for the first, as now the Panthers will start from their 47, it looks like. 3 minutes and 20 seconds left, and if they play their cards right, they can run this clock down all the way to the end of the half and not give Lee Summit the ball back. as this one's going to be taken by Lucas Oyker, who he's going to find a little bit of room. He's going to bury his shoulder and rumble forward for a gain of about 6. So finally, some decent yardage there, and Lucas Oyker making something happen. A pretty quick carry, and he really lowered that shoulder. He took the hit and rolled forward for a better gain there, gain of 6, and now it's going to be second and manageable for Nathan Rico and the Panthers. 3 receivers out wide. 4, excuse me. Nathan Rico's going to take a deep drop. He's going to fire one, and this one's going to be caught and wrapped up quickly on the catch was T.J. McGee. And so T.J. McGee gets involved again, and he's, I think, the most targeted wide receiver so far in this game, if not tied with Moody Rubin. They both have about 4 or 5 targets, and so they've looked good to start this half. Nobody else really getting involved. Jack Bajorn had the 1 catch, and Lucas Oyker again on the ground, but nothing through the air there. So we'll see if Nathan Rico, tries to get more receivers involved or make something happen. But this one's going to be a handoff and a loss of about 5 yards. Maybe even 6. Maybe a loss of 6 yards there. So now it's going to be 2nd and 16, excuse me, for these Panthers. And that is not what you wanted to see. No running room, really. And that's going to force Nathan Rico to air this one out. But it looks like a timeout will be taken. So, Matthew, if you were Nathan Rico, are you looking for Moody Rubin over the top, or are you going to try and complete a few more passes to T.J. McGee and try and make something happen under the middle?
Definitely Moody or Rubin, because you can throw the ball really, really far, like into the touchdown zone, and he'll just catch it. And T.J., he can do the same thing, but we haven't really seen as much from him. So,
yeah, normally T.J. is playing that underneath kind of short in route, out route. Not really that big play guy as we've seen Moody Rubin be in the past, but that's just as important. Those consistent every down gains can be very important to moving the chains within, especially high school football. And so we'll look to see if the Panthers. If I were the Panthers, I wouldn't say abandon the run game, but I would kind of stray away from it. It's not been working for you. You're a negative game script because of it. I would just start airing this one out a little bit more. Taking a few more risks as Nathan Rico will drop back in the pocket. It's almost like they're listening to me, Matthew. And he's going to look to make something happen, but he's not going to find anything. Almost should have thrown that one away as he's going to lose 4 yards. And it'll be second and about 20, or third and about 20 for the Panthers. As I think he probably should have thrown that one away. That was a bad play there from the quarterback. And now it's going to be 3rd and a mile for the Panthers, with 2 minutes and 8 seconds left. Nathan Rico got out of bounds, so that means the clock's going to stop. Four receivers out wide. Snap taken. A little pressure off of the edge as Nathan Rico's going to roll out to his right. Moody Rubin's going to make the catch. He's going to look to make something happen with the spin. Nothing's going to work there, but it's going to be a nice gain of about 12. And now it's going to be 4th down and about 8. And not in punt territory, not in field goal range. And a timeout's going to be taken by the Panthers, I believe. So now it's going to be 4th and 8. And they're going to stay on. I think they're going to go for it. It makes sense. They're not able to kick that field goal too far, but that punt might roll out to the back of the end zone. So they're just going to take that risk and, maybe pick up that 1st down. Are we thinking run or pass here, Matthew?
Thinking pass all the way.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, we mentioned how cold it was and not enough to, calm down the rage cage. Still as loud as ever. We even have the windows closed here in the broadcast booth, and we can still hear them as clearly as we could with them wide open. Amazing what a little school spirit can do with 4 receivers now out wide for Nathan Rico. He's going to take the snap. He's going to drop back, fire one quickly over the middle, looking for Moody Rubin, and nothing's going to work there. And, we thought it was going to be passed, but that one just kind of out of the range there, Moody Rubin. And so now it's going to be 1st down for the Tigers from the 37 or so, with a lot of time left to make something happen before the half. Moody Rubin's been targeted a lot, but only has 1 or 2 receptions so far in this game. Do you credit that to Moody, or do you credit that to Nathan Rico?
Mudia, really. Nathan Rico's passes are good. I think it's just something the people guarding Moody are too good or something.
Yeah, not able to really create that separation, as this pass fired from Alex Benassi just over the top of his receiver's head, too high there as he was rolling to his right, and it will be incomplete as it's going to be 2nd and 10 now. Snap's going to be taken and fired, lobbed up, and incomplete. No one really in the area. Alex Benassi kind of just stepped up in the pocket and kind of threw that one away, sensing some pressure, and it's going to be incomplete, as now it's going to be 3rd and 10 with 1 minute and 41 seconds left in the first half. The clock will, of course, stop within 2 minutes. On an incomplete pass or an out-of-bounds run play. Snap will be taken, and a handoff, and bouncing free for a good gain there. And again, that was Devin Andrews. And Devin Andrews is pretty dangerous. He's undersized, but able to get going, and that's dangerous. If you let him hit that edge and get going, he's going to churn forward for a gain of about 6 or 7 yards untouched. And this one is going to be 4th down from the 44 for Lee Summit, and they're going to go for it. I'm kind of surprised by this, Matthew, because with 1 minute and 34 seconds left, if the Panthers get the ball back here, they have a good chance to take possession. As a little confusion from the Lee Summit sideline, and I think they're going to take a timeout and talk this one over, if not bring on the punt team. And yeah, I was a little surprised, Matthew, that they were going to go for that one, but we'll see. Maybe they're just drawing one up. As actually, it's going to be a delay of game, so it's going to be 4th down here. And yeah, they did march out the punt unit, so I was a little confused there, but they finally send out the punter. The Panthers are back deep to receive. And now the Panthers will take a timeout to set up the play. So 1 minute 34 seconds left, and a confusing set here for both teams, the delay of game and now the timeout to get everything set up. And it all stemmed from that Lee Summit confusion on that punt, if they're going to go for it or actually punt that one away. And so they'll take that delay of game, talk things over, and they finally march on the punt team. The Panthers kind of unexpectedly didn't really see that one coming, so now they call the timeout to get everything set up. Alano Alvarez is now back deep for the Panthers as one of the Panthers defenders jumps off sides in an attempt to come early and block it. And that will move the Tigers forward 5 yards, I believe, which means that now the punt will take place from the 44. We'll see if that changes the play call at all. I doubt it. I'd be very surprised, like I said, to see the Tigers go for it from here, as they're still going to line up in punt formation. As this punt will now be taken, and it's going to be a good punt, and it will bounce to Alano Alvarez at the 15, and he's going to look to make something happen, but nothing's really going to work. A return of about 2 yards, and now the Panthers will start at the 20-yard line. And with 1 minute and 24 seconds left, We should see a little bit of tempo from these Panthers. Of course, they're going to look for Moody Rubin, and we'll see if he can get open. He's been kind of draped all night. Only, 2 catches tonight, Matthew?
Yeah, only 2 catches, which isn't really looking good for Moody.
Yeah, normally kind of a target hog in this offense. And now he is out wide to the top of your screen, I believe. And this is going to be a handoff to Darien Jones. And the ball's out. And it's recovered by the Tigers. And now they're set up in the red zone. So I was a little mellow. I was kind of confused. I thought Darien Jones went down, but no, that ball came out. And now the Panthers defense will have to try and make something happen, as Lee Summit at the very least will probably tie this one up as they start from the 22-yard line. So a costly mistake for the Panthers, as now the Tigers are knocking on the red zone. I kind of get these big cats confused. Panthers, Tigers. Man, is now what is a timeout for the Panthers is now taken. Minute and 19 seconds left. An interesting first half, for sure. And I feel like I say that every time I do these. You always experience something new with these games, Matthew.
Yeah, this half is very close. It's kind of rare for the Panthers to be this close in like the first half, and struggling, like about to tie up the game too. So.
Yeah, they've been kind of struggling. The second quarter has been a struggle. The first quarter they looked electric. They looked like themselves. The second quarter, just something off about them. The fumble, drop drives, nothing happening, no points. And it looks like they'll finish off the second quarter with no points. With a minute and 19 seconds left. Again, the Tigers knocking on the door of the red zone. Or, excuse me, they're within the red zone. 4 receivers out wide. Snap will be taken. Time in the pocket. And now lobbing one to the sideline. And they're going to say it's caught in bounds. I thought it was caught out of bounds, but a great athletic grab there for the Tigers. And Alex Benassi put that ball right on the money for his receiver. As now a minute and 14 seconds left. Alex Benassi signaling everybody, setting up the play. And the Panthers really cannot let up a touchdown here. But the Tigers are knocking at the door. Snaps taken, handoff, and wrapped up quickly on the carry. Again, that was Devin Andrews, who tried to put one up the middle and just got kind of swallowed up by the Panthers' defensive front. Snaps taken, and rolling to his right or to his left and fired across his body is Alex Benassi, and an athletic and amazing throw, honestly. Rolling left, throwing right across his body for a touchdown, as now the Tigers will take the lead 13-10, looking to make it 14-10 going into the half. And so not the second quarter the Panthers were looking for. How are they going to turn this one around, Matthew?
Improving their tackling and getting their defenses up, because Lee Summit is really, really hammering our defenses right now.
Yeah, they have been moving, as this one is going to be up and good, and it will be 14-10 Lee Summit. So a little adversity here for the Panthers in this first half, something they really haven't dealt with so far in this season. And so we will take a look to see, how they can adjust. And, this is when it starts to matter, right? Postseason, So, these are the games that start to count. Panthers, what are they, 7-0? Yeah, 7-0. And trying to make it 8, but down 14-10 with 50 seconds left in the half. And I guess they could still try and make something happen with this possession. We've seen it happen before, these quick strikes to Moody Rubin, but I'm sure that they're going to be watching out for that with this limited amount of time left. So Javius Smith back to receive, and this one's going to be taken and fielded at about the 2 as Javius is going to look to make something happen. He's going to cut one out to his right, and he will rumble down to the 32. So the Panthers have good field position. Almost made something happen there on that return. Very aggressive return there. Almost broke free. And so we'll see if the Panthers, that kind of shifts their game plan. Maybe they do attack here with only like 70 yards to go, 50 seconds left, and a timeout still to their name. So they can definitely make something happen with a few sideline catches. But we'll see if they elect to, run this one out or pick up the pace a little and throw, try and put some points on the board. Nathan Rico is going to drop back, and he's going to fire one quickly over the middle and just off of the hands there of T.J. McGee. And that had to be the call there. That was a perfect ball put right on the hands of T.J. McGee. And I bet that stung a little bit. That had some zip on it. I don't know if I could catch that.
No.
You don't have faith in me, Matthew? You don't think I could catch something like that?
That's why we're up here.
That's true. Nathan Rico will take the snap, drops back in the pocket, and this one's going to be a quick one over the middle and a good gain to the 49-yard line. And on the catcher, that was Hayden Klein. Hayden Klein evolved again, scored that touchdown early. Now catches one quickly over the middle with 30 seconds left.
I think the Panthers are really trying to get a touchdown really fast before this game ends.
Yeah, and they need one, or quarter, or half ends.
Quarter, yeah.
And Nathan Rico's going to lob one deep, and this one's right on the money. And Moody Rubin had it in his hands, but the flag will fly. Pass interference now on the Tigers, and that's going to move the Panthers way down the field. Yeah, total pass interference there on Moody Rubin. He was tackled before the ball even got there. I assume that's the call. I would be very surprised if it wasn't. And it will be pass interference against the Tigers. And the Panthers are going to be moved forward even further now. Almost in field goal range. 20 seconds now.
It really starts to get exciting when you're behind and you have to catch up in 20 seconds before the quarter ends.
Oh, yeah. And if the Panthers can put 6 on the board here, that would go a long way. They'd have the lead going into the half, So it can't be understated how important that the Panthers at least get a field goal here, if not score a touchdown. And now they will march forward for a nice pickup. And they will start from the 36. From here, it'd be a 46-yard field goal, which I don't want to say it's out of Mason Love's range, but accuracy-wise, I don't know if that's going to be possible, as now Nathan Rico is going to send some pressure. And he's going to roll out to his right and lob one over the middle. And it's going to be caught. Sideline grab, diving for the touchdown. And they're going to say he's out of bounds. Oh, my. What an athletic play there. Hayden Klein, a great grab right before the half ends. And, he dove for that pylon. And I thought he was in, but I guess from this perspective, I couldn't see his right foot. Must have stepped just out of bounds with 10 seconds left.
This is how we want to see the Panthers play, right when they're on, right before the quarter ends. They're playing amazing right now. So.
Yeah, and Hayden Klein's been kind of the X factor so far in this game. As now Nathan Rico is going to lob one to Moody Rubin back of the end zone. Incomplete. They say he didn't get his feet in, and, that ball was there. That was perfectly thrown. Looking for Moody Rubin, that's just going to be no good. It's going to be second down. And goal with 6 seconds left. Enough time to run another quick play. And we will see Nathan Rico is going to take the snap. Another lob to Moody Rubin back in the end zone. And this time he gets his feet in. That was an amazing catch. Contested back of the end zone. That's amazing. Flag's going to fly, but wow, a great score there for the Panthers.
1 second left.
1 second left in the half. And assuming that flag isn't going to cause this touchdown to be called back, that was an amazing play by Moody Rubin. What a grab, what a catch. And I think the touchdown will stand. They're not marching off that field goal team. So, yeah, that touchdown looks like it's going to stand. What a play from Moody Rubin. That was maybe the play of the year from him. We've seen him catch some amazing passes, but, back at the end zone, lob pass over a defender. That's kind of stuff that you see in college and in the NFL, Matthew, and a bright future ahead of Moody Rubin if he's able to do that right now. So 1 second left. Yeah, and now Moody Rubin is going to be taking the field goal or the extra point. So score the touchdown, score the extra point, might as well. And it's going to be up and good for the Panthers. So all that's left now before this half ends is a kickoff, assuming it's not out of the back of the end zone. But what a play. What a set, an offensive set there for the Panthers. And Moody Rubin, we said Hayden Klein's the X factor, but that play goes a long way to help out Moody Rubin. A huge catch tonight on what an amazing grab. So all the Panthers have to do here, not allow that kick return touchdown. And I would say that it should be possible, but I don't want to jinx the Panthers at all. So, yeah. A second left here. Panthers up 17-14. And literally a last-second score. I haven't seen many of those in my lifetime. So a penalty against the Panthers, I assume, I assume that's what the flag was for when that touchdown was scored, and now it's going to be enforced on the extra point, or on the kickoff. Wow. And Mason Love is going to have to put all of his leg strength into this one. A second left, and this one's going to be up, and he's just going to squib this one. At least I'm looking to make something happen. And wrapped up out of bounds, and that's going to be the end of the first half. Your score, 17 Panthers, 14 Lee Summit. We'll be back right after the half. Hello and welcome back to Preston Field here after halftime. Again, I'm your host, Bodie Eisminger, and tonight I'm joined by
Matthew Roby.
And Matthew, an action-packed first half here as your Panthers lead 17-14 to start the second half. And kick underway. They will start on offense. And this one is up, and it's a good kick, fielded at the 5-yard line. And churning forward for a good gain up to the 25 is where the Panthers will start. And yeah, Matthew, we saw a very action-packed first half, a last-second score from Moody Rubin to cap it off for these Panthers. And they're looking to capitalize on that momentum, leading by 3 after being pretty quietly shut out in the second quarter. Without that last-second touchdown, they were going to go scoreless. Fortunate to score that one, as now they will try and make it a 2-score game against the Lee Summit Tigers. And Nathan Rico has been seeing a lot of pressure in his face, a lot of blitzes coming from the Tigers, and so now he's going to have to look to adapt. Hopefully they made some adjustments at half, as he will hand this one off to Lucas Oiker, who's going to churn forward for a good gain of about 7. He made contact with some D linemen and just kept churning and picked up a good gain there. As now 4 receivers out wide. Jack Bajourn to the top of your screen. Snap's going to be taken, and it's going to be another handoff. Lucas Oiker is going to bounce it to the right and get that first down. And that's a gain of about 5 yards there for Lucas Oiker. So 2 runs on the ground and 2 moderately good gains, enough for the first down. And hopefully the Panthers are able to find a little more running room, kind of shut out in terms of ground yardage in that first half, Matthew. Do you think they made some adjustments at half?
I definitely think they talked about it and are improving now.
As now Nathan Rico is going to fake a throw and will scramble out, tiptoes along the sideline for a good gain of about 6 yards. Looked like he was going to be pushed out for no gain, but was able to just kind of tiptoe along that sideline and pick up about 6. So 2nd and 4, second and manageable here for the Panthers. Now a tight end, 3 receivers, and a running back in. They're going to hand this one to Darien Jones, who's going to take it to his left. He's going to get a nice gain, pickup of about 10 or so for Darien Jones, and that'll move the Panthers again. So now it's 1st and 10 from about the 49 or 48 of the Tigers. So now Nathan Rico, who hasn't attempted a pass yet in the second half, will hand this one off again, and it's going to be no gain as the game will now tick under 10:30. So, Matthew, when do we think we'll see the first pass for the Panthers here?
Right here on this play, for the second down.
All right, the prediction is in, and it's going to be a pass here, and Nathan Rico is going to fire this one way high, and he's been off kind of all night. Not the most accurate tonight. We've seen a lot better from him, but a flag's going to fly, and we'll see who this is against. I think he was looking for Moody Rubin on that pass. And it's going to be false start on the Panthers, so that's going to back them up. And it's also a legal man downfield on the Panthers. So that's going to go definitely against the yardage there, and they're going to be backed up pretty far. It's going to be 2nd and 15 for the Panthers now. So the false start call was declined. The illegal man downfield will be accepted, and the Panthers will be backed up for a 2nd and 15 attempt now. I'm feeling run on this one, Matthew.
It's second down. It's okay. Yeah, I'm feeling a run too. No, pass. We're way too far back.
Okay, so Matthew was right. It's going to be a pass. Nathan Rico is going to fire this one over the middle and looking for the big tight end, Jack Bajorn. A great pass and a great contested catch there. It's going to be third and way more manageable now, 3rd and 3 for the Panthers. And that was a good pass there. A little contested, but a good grab all in all for Jack Bajorn, the big tight end, first-year player. And now Nathan Rico is going to keep this one on the QB keep, and he's going to move to his right and try and pick up the first down. We'll see where they mark him. Flag's going to fly at the end of the play, and it's going to be looking like it's on Moody Rubin. He's kind of complaining a little bit on the sideline. And they're going to back them up even further. Yeah, so the Panthers are going to take another penalty, and we'll see who or what it is. A little confusion right now. Panthers fans a little upset at this call. A few parents yelling in the stands. Now the Panthers are going to be backed up pretty far here. It's going to be 3rd and 10 or so now, instead of that 3rd and 3 that they were facing. So, yeah, it's going to be 3rd and about 11 at this point. Nine minutes and 32 seconds left. As this snap's going to be taken, and it's a false start on the Panthers. And now they're going to be backed up even further, so now it's going to be 3rd and 16 for the Panthers now. And that's not good. Mason Love already warming up on the sideline. I'm not saying the Panthers can't do it, but I'm noting,
A long pass is really what they need now. They're really far back.
So you're looking for Moody Rubin?
Definitely Moody Rubin.
I'm feeling a little TJ McGee here myself, Matthew. Snap taken. Nathan Rico drops back in the pocket. He's going to lob one deep, and you were right. Moody Rubin was laying out to catch that one, and a great play from the defensive back from the Lee Summit Tigers. And that was going to be a long ball, but another flag will fly. Nathan Rico is either pleading his case or complaining. I can't tell. And this one's going to be against the Tigers. So that will move the Panthers towards pass interference. A lot of penalties so far in this second half. Now it's going to be 3rd and manageable again. So it's going to be 3rd and 1 at this point. So they've gone back, forward, back, and forward again.
It has wasted a lot of time, though, on the clock.
Not really. It's been 3 minutes. We've been sitting up here for second half's probably been going for a good 10 minutes at this point. We've been only 3 minutes of game time. All these penalty time stoppages. Now it's looking like the Panthers will finally get the ball here. 3rd and 1. And I think Nathan Rico was trying to draw him off sides with the hard count. Not going to get him, and now they're going to change the play. Nathan Rico will now take the snap, and it's going to be Lucas Oyker rumbling forward. And he just kind of got going, picked up some steam, and will pick up about 3 or 4 yards there. So a good first down for the Panthers, as now they have the ball 1st and 10 at the Lee Summit 37 or so. 4 receivers out wide. Lucas Oyker in the backfield. Snap taken. Nathan Rico looks to throw. He's got all sorts of time. Surveying, and now will roll to his left, and he's dropping back far, and he's going to lob this one sidearm and incomplete, looking sideline, and just kind of got rolling to his left and wasn't able to really square up with a Lee Summit defender chasing him, so he just kind of had to throw that one away, as it's going to be 2nd and 10 now from 37. So now there's another stoppage. This has been the longest 4 minutes of my life, Matthew, I think.
Honestly, me too.
Is now the head referee is convening with the Panthers coach, and I guess he told him to kind of clear the sidelines a little bit, maybe crowding and onto the field a little from the Panthers players. So now it's going to be 2nd and 10 from the Lee Summit 37. Now Nathan Rico will hand this one off. Darien Jones is going to find a little running room, and he's going to get forward for a gain of 11 or so, and that's going to be a first down, or at least it should be for the Panthers. And it will be. They're going to give him the yardage. So a good gain there from Darien Jones. A little running room, and then he cut back to some open field, able to turn forward for a nice gain. And now the Panthers looking pretty within the 30 of the Tigers. 1st and 10. Nathan Rico will take the snap. He's going to look left. He's going to fire right, and a little too high again. And that was looking for Hayden Klein. And Nathan Rico been missing high tonight. Normally he's accurate, but when he's not accurate tonight, he's been missing a little high. And I'm not sure if that's probably due to the release point a little bit, but that also could do with the cold a little, those fingers kind of sticking together a little bit more than normal.
Yeah, more brittle.
As now Darien Jones will take the handoff. And a good gain of about 4 there on a run that looked like it wasn't going to get very much. Now it's going to be 3rd and manageable. And a Panther is down. Looks like a lineman, and they're going to march the training staff on. I can't see the number. So now they're going to take a look at him at the 30-yard line, and you can hope you got to hope that he's okay. The Panthers O-line has been pretty beat up these past few weeks, and especially going into the playoffs and the postseason. Any injury now is really crucial, and you really do hate to see it. As now they're going to help 65 off the field, and that is Elias Contreras, who is going to stand up, and it looks like he's walking on his own power, albeit slowly, but he is walking, which is a great sign. So hopefully he's all right. Panthers have a lot of depth at O-line. But, of course, those starters are just elite at protecting Nathan Rico, especially on the inside. The guard play from guard to guard has been really impressive. A lot of pressure coming from the tackles, but even then, you don't see it very often. And even if there is pressure, Nathan Rico is so capable around moving around that pocket, and is able to really often free himself a lot of the time, as now it's going to be 3rd and 7. Lucas Oiker to Nathan Rico's right. Snaps taken. Gonna fire to his right, and on a quick slant route, Moody Rubin is gonna come up with that ball, and that was actually a very difficult catch. That ball was fired low. Moody Rubin kind of dove out for it. A man draped all over him and contested, and that goes to show the talent of Moodia. And so now they're going to hand it off to Lucas Oyker, who's going to rumble for a gain of about 2. As now Nathan Rico is going to survey right and fire over the middle, and looking again for Hayden Klein, who himself was looking for a flag. He's not going to get one, and now it'll be 3rd and about 7 from the 10-yard line. Seven minutes left here in the third quarter. It's been one long drive.
Yeah.
Nathan Rico will take the snap, and he is going to send some pressure. He's going to roll to his right, fire across his body, and looking again for Hayden Klein. Going to come up incomplete, fired across his body. Would have been a really amazing throw had it been complete. But it's going to be 4th and 7 for the Panthers. And out will trot Mason Love, trying to make this a 6-point game now. So kind of interesting, that they have Mudia Rubin kicking that extra point. But here they're going to have Mason Love kick the field goal. Why do you think that is, Matthew?
Maybe they're testing the ability of Mason Love since he's still a sophomore. And when Mudia leaves next year, then they want to make Mason a great kicker as much as Mudia.
Sure. And this one's gonna be up and good. I didn't mean it like that, Matthew. I didn't mean it like that, Matthew. I meant like that makes sense, Matthew.
Okay.
My apologies.
It's okay.
So now it's gonna be 20-14 Panthers with 6 minutes and 57 seconds left in the third quarter, and that was what is that? A 5-minute drive almost. So a good chunk of time here wasted on that field goal drive. And, Panthers were looking for that touchdown score, that pay dirt, but unable to come up with that. But they can't complain with points, So they have that 6-point lead now with about, roughly 7 minutes left in the third quarter. Mason Love is on to kick this one away. And the kick is up, and it's going to need to be fielded in the end zone. So now the Tigers will start at the 20-yard line. What do you think the Tigers' offensive approach will be for this drive, Matthew?
More running plays with number 12 because he really gets the ball down the field.
Yeah, we saw a lot of short passes from them in this first half, and so I agree. I think we'll look to see a little more running here from that ever elusive Devin Andrews. As now Alex Benassi has 2 running backs, and it's going to be a handoff. And a good wrap tackle there for only a short gain of 2. And Devin Andrews, trying to bounce one to the left and almost found a lot of running room, but a good stop there. I believe that was Alano Alvarez on the tackle, so a great tackle. Panthers will send 4, and it's going to be another handoff to Devin Andrews. And it's just going to be a short gain of about 2 yards or so. So it's now going to be 3rd and 5. Roger Guillory on that stop. And Hunt Lindstrom now will come off the field. That was a little interesting. So it looked like he needed a sub, and so he was running towards the sideline, but he wasn't going to be subbed in time. So what he did was he fell like he was injured, and they were able to make that substitution. So I'm sure he was hurt, but he just needed that little extra push to let the referee stop the game. As now the Panthers will take a timeout with 5 minutes and 55 seconds left. And this has proven to be a pretty long quarter here, Matthew.
Yeah.
6 minutes left or so. We're only halfway through on this one. Yeah, not a lot to talk about, in terms of the second half. We've only seen one Panthers possession and drive. But we did see, an increase in running room, a lot of open space there for those backs, able to create a little more on the ground, and that should open up airways for Nathan Rico in that passing lane. So are we looking? I mean, Hayden. Would you argue, Matthew, that Hayden Klein has been more impactful than Moody Rubin this game, or would you argue the opposite?
Hate to admit it, but Hayden Klein has gotten us a touchdown, and Moody has too. But Moody hasn't really been catching the balls lately today.
As this ball will be fired for a first down, and the Tigers will now have it at the 30-yard line. Three receivers out wide, two running backs. Panthers looking like they're going to send 4 or 5. And it looks like the play is going to be changed at the line by Alex Benassi. And the Panthers will send 3. And it's going to be a short gain. And again on the carry, that was Devin Andrews. Just trying to make a little something happen. He's so shifty, but only a gain of a yard. Second and about 9. Now this snap will be taken, and it's going to be a quarterback run and a big loss. And on that tackle or sack, that was Evan Winter. So he got in there and wrapped up Alex Benassi in that backfield, and it's a huge loss as now it's going to be 3rd and about 15 or 16 for the Tigers. Crowd getting a little louder here as the clock ticks under 4:45. Snap taken. Alex Benassi will fire. And this ball will be caught. A great reception there. They finally connected on that deep ball there, and Alex Benassi put that one right in the hands of his receiver. And now it's going to be a new set of downs for the Tigers. I believe on the catch there, that was Joshua Manning. And this snap will be taken. It'll be a handoff. And again, Devin Andrews just not able to find anything on the ground. It's a gain of maybe a yard. And so, yeah, this Panthers run defense pretty stout so far in this second half. But they just let up that one big reception right there. As now Alex Benassi will try and draw the Panthers offside. It's not going to work as the clock will tick under 4 minutes. Now he will take the snap and going to pump fake, lob one. And this one is caught by his receiver. It was kind of bobbled there. A little fight between the defensive back and the wide receiver on that catch. I believe that was David Dorsett on the catch from Alex Benassi. And now Lee Summit on the move. They picked up the tempo a little bit, moving a little faster here. So now they are receiving their play call. So they have, now they're going to move Devin Andrews back into the backfield. I was about to say they have 5 receivers out wide. As this one will be taken, Alex Benassi is going to fire over the middle and incomplete. Would have been a score, and he was looking for Landon Shepard on that one. If that was complete, that was almost going to be running for a touchdown there, Matthew.
Yeah, then that would have put the score at tied for the third quarter.
And now it looks like a Lee Summit player is down on the field. I didn't see anything, Matthew. Did you see anything that would warrant?
No, but a lot of players are getting injured, which is really weird.
Yeah, there are a lot of injuries here tonight. So, yeah, 3 minutes and 32 seconds left. And it's gotten down to 52 degrees here at Preston Field. So, yeah, getting chillier. It's definitely fall weather now, Matthew. And now the training staff from the south sideline will walk onto the field, and they're going to march off the Lee Summit player. He's going to kind of hobble off on one foot there. I believe that was Dom White who was hurt on that play. So 3 minutes and 22 seconds left. Panthers now got a little time to recuperate with that injury timeout. And so hopefully they are, geared up for this red zone possession, as now the Lee Summit Tigers are knocking on the door. Snap's going to be taken and rolling to his left, looking to fire over the middle, but sacked quickly. And on the sack, that was Roger Guillory, who wrapped up Alex Benassi there. Now the call will be changed by Alex Benassi. As he will now take the snap, he's going to look to fire, and he's going to scramble on his own. And he's going to break a bunch of tackles, and down to the 3-yard line he goes. So it'll be first and goal from the 4 for the Tigers now. So a flag is down now. 2 minutes and 24 seconds left, and this is a lot of flags here, Matthew, in this possession. This half, really. So first and goal from the 2. As now taking snap is Landon Shepard. He's going to take it, and he's going to look to run, and he will bounce to the left. And I thought he got in, but they're going to wrap him up short at maybe like the inch-yard line. It was so close to being in, but no good. And now it's going to be second and goal from the 1. Now they have Alex Benassi back in the game. And Landon Shepard, who just took that snap, is out to the right side of the line. And this one's going to be snap taken and in for the touchdown. That was Devin Andrews for the Tigers, and he finally finds pay dirt. And now it's 20-20 with 1 minute and 31 seconds left. Another injury, though, in the end zone from a Tigers player. 1 minute and 30 seconds left in the third quarter, and we're going to come down to the wire in this one, Matthew. Assuming the Tigers make this, Panthers will be down by 1. with a quarter left. So we should see a little bit of an offensive explosion if the Panthers want to win this one. What do you think the final score will be now, Matthew?
32 to 24. 26. Sorry.
All right. So you heard it here first.
I didn't know they were this good, honestly. I mean, they made it to the playoffs with us, so I should have expected more.
Yeah, 3-4, and they are playing like they're a lot better than that. Going head to head with a undefeated team, which is really impressive, considering their record. I don't know, maybe they've had some tough opponents, but this is arguably really impressive. As now they're going to send even more medical staff onto the field to deal with. Looks like they're looking at the knee. Now they will lift him up. And he's not bending that right knee very much. Yeah, he's keeping that right knee kind of coiled. So, hopefully he's okay. But those could be bad. Looks like he's kind of moving it a little bit. So hopefully he's not too banged up. But now Lee Summit is on to take this extra point. As the extra point will be up and good. So your score, with 1 minute and 31 seconds left in the third quarter, 20-21, Lee Summit. So a little shocking here, Matthew. Panthers, they had that 5-minute drive, so that kind of ate a lot of this third quarter. So based on the offense we've seen, that they've been going to that field goal too much. Just need to be a little more aggressive there. And part of that comes with cleaning up their play. A lot of penalties here in this third quarter, and most of them on the Panthers. Only a handful on the Tigers. What do you think that entails, Matthew? How do we clean that up?
By noticing what we're doing wrong and improving on it. So if for example we had a pass interference, we would only tackle them when they get the ball. So
So now, Tigers on to kick this one away. Up, and it'll be fielded at about the 6. And I believe that's Lucas Oikers trying to make something happen. And down to the 26 is where the Panthers will start. So a decent return. And so okay field position for the Panthers. They've got a lot of field ahead of them, but I wouldn't be surprised if we see a few shots here to Moody or Rubin. I think they got to try and open up this offense, take the lid off of the defense a little bit, and get them to play a little deeper and then get that running game going. Of course, it's easier said than done, but so 3 receivers out wide, a tight end, and Lucas Oiker in the backfield. Nathan Rico is going to take the snap. Lucas Oiker is going to take it to the left, and he's going to cut up to the middle of the field for a gain of about 7 or 8. So it'll be 2nd and 2. So a gain of 8 there for Lucas Oiker. And he's finding a little more running room to start this third quarter. As now it will be a handoff, and Lucas Oiker is going to try and spin out to his right, but will be wrapped up for a gain of maybe half of a yard, nothing crazy, and it'll be 3rd and 1 for these Panthers. 18. So 10 seconds left in the quarter, and it looks like the Panthers are just going to run this one out. They have enough time on the play clock to do so. And so that will be the end of the third quarter. Your score, Panthers 20, Lee Summit 21. And we're set for an action-packed fourth quarter here, Matthew.
Yeah, I'm very excited for it.
So back with fourth quarter action now. Nathan Rico is going to take the snap and a handoff to Lucas Oyker, and stopped for a loss of a yard. It'll be fourth and they're not going to move. Oh, yeah. It'll be 4th and 3 or so. And on comes Mason Love to punt this one away. So a good defensive play there for the Tigers, and they're kind of turning the tide here. They're up by 1. They're going to get the ball back. A touchdown. They go up by 8. Whoa, Mason Love will kick this one. And that is a nice punt, a big kick down to the 24. And now out comes the Tigers, looking to make this an 8-point game. And that would go a long way in stopping the Panthers here, because then you have to get that touchdown and you have to take that 2-point conversion just to tie it. So really relying on this defense here. And if I'm the Tigers, I'm playing this conservative. I'm running the ball, and I am not risking anything here, as I have this 1-point lead with 11 minutes left in the fourth. And they're going to do just that, as it's going to be handoff for just a gain of a yard there. And that was Devin Andrews. Now the snap will be taken and fired over the middle and complete for a big gain there. A gain of about 25 yards. And that was Landon Shepard on the reception. And Landon Shepard, I think he's a fullback. So a little surprising to see him, out there in pass, receiving passes. But he took advantage of it. A great play there. And now the Tigers are on the move. Snaps taken, handoff, and churning forward for a gain of about 4 yards there. And again, that was Devin Andrews, excuse me. So now the clock ticks just under 10 minutes. And of course, the clock continues to run as long as the ball is grounded within the field of play. Panthers looking like they're going to send 4. Another handoff to the left side. Goes Devin Andrews, and he will be stopped after a good gain of about 7 or 8 there. So a good run. Nine minutes and 24 seconds left. And now Alex Benassi will come up and change the play. Devin Andrews behind him. 9 minutes left. Snaps taken, and Alex Benassi is going to look to fire a quick one out to the left side, and a gain of 9, maybe 10, for the Tigers there. And they're on a roll, Matthew. Wow, how can these Panthers, tighten down?
Yeah, I really hate to see it, but the Panthers really need to start guarding more of the running back, number 12, because right here, he's getting through sometimes.
Yeah, he's definitely shifty. That one is going to be enough for a first down, so a gain of about 2.5, just good enough. And now the Tigers will make this quick substitution. 8 minutes and 48 seconds left. And Lee Summit will continue to run this clock down. Snaps taken, handoff, and blown up in the backfield. Finally blown up in the backfield is Devin Andrews. And that's a loss of 5 yards or so for the Tigers, and really blown up there. He got hit like 3 times with linebackers just flying in. And they're only going to mark him down for a loss of 3 or 4. As the clock takes under 8 minutes. Snaps taken. And Benassi is going to throw this one away. South coaches are complaining that wasn't intentional grounding. They're saying there was no receiver in the area. As now it'll be 3rd and 12 from the 30-yard line, out of field goal range, I'm sure. And a timeout will be taken by Lee Summit. So looks like Lee Summit's just going to try and change this play call around. I don't know. Maybe the crowd was getting into it a little loud there. Matthew, why do you think they called that timeout?
To discuss how they're going to get, since it's the 3rd down, they want to discuss how they're going to get this first down in one more play.
Yeah, first down would go a long way. Keep that clock rolling, and into the red zone they'd be. So this is pretty crucial. When after this game is over and you look back and you think about all the important moments, this is one of them. And every moment gets more and more important as the clock gets, ticking down even lower. But these are one of the crucial ones. These 3rd down plays. And I almost wonder, since they're out of field goal range. I mean, it'd be like a 40-yarder, but they're also out of punt range. So do you see them going for it on like a 4th and 10, Matthew?
Yeah, because we're really close in score, so they want to make the score as high as possible.
So now Alex Benassi will take the snap, and it's a bad snap. He's going to lob one deep over the middle, incomplete, and no flag will fly. Both players kind of shoving each other a little bit, and so it's going to be 4th and 13. And it looks like Benassi is staying on the field. 4th and long. And now the fans getting loud. This play is the biggest yet. Panthers are able to stop them here. They are in great field position and looking to make a drive. Benassi will send a man in motion. He will take the snap. He's going to roll to his right. Fire over the middle. Wide open and incomplete. But a flag flies, and we'll see. It might be pass interference. We'll see what the call is. I'd assume it's pass interference. I mean, that flag flew from the back judge in the back of the end zone. So, and it is pass interference, and so it'll be a new set of downs for the Tigers. And that's heartbreaking for the Panthers. They made that third down stand. They thought they made the fourth down stand, and they're just going to get moved forward on a pass interference call. I didn't see a lot of contact. It almost looked like the Tigers player almost kind of fell over himself in a way. But now they get to move forward. Seven minutes and 25 seconds left. Benassi is awaiting the call. He will send a man in motion, and this is going to be a handoff to Devin Andrews, who will be wrapped up for a loss of a yard or so. 2nd and 11. Clock continues to run. As now a Panthers player will jump off sides, and that was Evan Winter who jumped off sides there, and so it'll be 2nd and 6 now instead of 2nd and 11 for the Tigers. Now they get a little extra time to run this clock, should they choose to. So snap will be taken, and it'll be a quick throw out to the right and wrestled out of bounds there. And on the catch there, that was Joshua Manning. 6 minutes and 30 seconds left. So good news for the Panthers is that stopped the clock because he stepped out of bounds. Bad news is it's 3rd and 1 in the red zone. As now Benassi will take the snap and give it to his back, who will be stopped at the line. So it'll be 4th and 4 now, and this brings up an interesting call. So you can kick the field goal, and you can go up by 4, which puts it out of field goal range. For these Panthers. Or you can go for it here on 4th and 3, 3.5. And if you don't get it, you don't get anything. And it looks like they're going to go for it. A huge play. Five minutes and 50 seconds left. 4th down and 4. Benassi takes the snap, looks to throw, throws it over the middle, and it's going to be complete. And short of the end zone, but picking up a first down are the Tigers, and so it's going to be first and goal from the 1-yard line. And that hurts a little bit, as now they're going to bring in Landon Shepard again to take the snap. I'd have to imagine that he's going to try and run this one in. And he will. And we await the call. They're going to call him short. Yeah, they're going to call him short there. Landon Shepard, the tight end or fullback, comes in, takes the snap, tries to make something happen, and he gets, wrapped up. And now they're going to bring Benassi back in to take the snap. Clock runs 4 minutes and 50 seconds left. Snap taken. And they're going to give him the touchdown. So the Tigers punch one in for a touchdown, and that puts it up 20-27 for the Tigers. And now the extra point on the way to making an 8-point game. This is crucial. That 8-point game rides on the 2-point conversion for the Panthers. So this is a big kick here. 4 minutes and 35 seconds. There's still a lot of time for the Panthers to make something happen, but they're going to need to make it happen on this next drive, as this kick is going to be up and whistled dead. Yeah, it's going to be false start on the Tigers, so that'll back up the extra point a little bit. This one's going to be a little harder now from the 10-yard line or so. Rage Cage getting into it. 4 minutes and 35 seconds left. Kick is up and no good. The kick is no good. So the Panthers, no good. So that extra point, no good.
The chances, really.
From Lee Summit. That means it's a 7-point game, and the Panthers are all of a sudden way more energized on that sideline.
We could tie it up.
Momentum kind of shifting a little bit. I know, they're down 7, but with 4 minutes and 35 seconds left, still a ton of time to make something happen. And that extra point goes a long way. And we, in our pregame predictions, didn't see this one coming at all, Matthew. This one's going to be tight.
Never expected it to be down this far.
And it is getting colder. Even our booth, it's getting kind of cold.
I'm shivering, but it really depends on when we get our touchdown, or if we get our touchdown. It really depends on Mason Love if he can get that extra point in, because that could tie the game.
Yeah, and then that all-important extra point there. And, the temperature doesn't help, Matthew. 49 now.
Gosh.
4 minutes, 35 seconds left. Panthers getting the ball back, and this is a interesting kick. It's going to be fielded at about the 9-yard line. It was a low wobbler one. And breaking free to the 35 is the Panthers returner. And now the Panthers have good field position and a lot of time to make something happen. Do you believe, Matthew? Do you believe?
I believe that we will win, yes.
All right. So now Darien Jones is the running back on this possession for the Panthers, down 7. And Nathan Rico will survey. And since he's pressure, he's going to roll to his right. He's going to get going and pick up a gain of about 4. And he gets out of bounds, which stops the clock. Four receivers out wide, a running back in. Jack Bajorn is to the bottom of your screen. Snap taken, and Darien Jones will bounce it to the right. He sees a little green and will lunge forward for a gain of 11, or a gain of about 6. And now it'll be first down 4 minutes left. Nathan Rico takes a snap, drops back, sensing pressure, fires, looking for Moody Rubin. That ball high again. That was a wide open pass there. Nathan Rico just airing it out a little too much, a little high there. And now incomplete, 2nd and 10. That would have been a huge completion for the Panthers, just not able to bring that one down. Now Hayden Klein to the bottom of your screen. This snap high, bobbled. And we're going to see who comes up with this one. And the call on the field is that the Tigers came up with the ball. So the snap mishandled by Rico. Tried to hand the ball off and will now drop and be recovered by the Tigers. And they will take possession at the Panthers 45. And out comes the defense with 3 minutes and 54 seconds left, down by 7. Backs against the wall. And that's got to be disappointing for the Panthers. So much promise there on that drive. Just a miscommunication from the center to Nathan to Darien. Just none of them able to really get their hands on the ball. And now this Panthers defense has to make something happen. A score here means the game is almost over, really. And snap will be taken and blown up in the backfield. Great play there from the Panthers. In on the stop there, that was Damian Crawford. A handoff again to Devin Andrews. Now it'll be 2nd and about 13. The Tigers are going to let this run down to around the 3-minute mark. They have a lot of time on that play clock to mess with. Panthers only 2 timeouts. And a snap taken and wrapped up quickly. Flag flies. Again, another handoff to Devin Andrews. We'll see what the flag is. Holding, and it's going to be against the Tigers, so that'll back them up even further. But the Panthers will decline it. Which means that it'll be 3rd down and, depending on the spot, so yeah, they'll officially call it holding. It'll be declined, and now it'll be 3rd and 11. And Alex Benassi, and we'll actually have a timeout here. So the Panthers will call a timeout. Give this play a little thought. So they have 1 timeout remaining with 3 minutes left. 3rd down and 11. And man, that fumble, that stings a little, doesn't it, Matthew?
It really could have cost us the game, honestly. But based on what the Panthers are discussing right now for their timeout, I'm sure we are finding a solution.
Yeah, if the Panthers are able to come up with a stop here, definitely not out of it. But that fumble just wastes some time for the Panthers. So, you know, if they come back on this next drive, they cannot be sloppy. They got to clean up their act, and they've got to make something happen on offense if they want a chance of staying in this game. 3 minutes and 6 seconds left. 3rd down and 11 yards. Alex Benassi will take the snap. He's going to roll to his left, and he's going to lob one down the sideline and incomplete. Too far for his intended receiver. And it'll be 4th and 11 now, and I'm sure they'll bring the punt unit on. Maybe not. If they bring the punt unit on, They got a lot of room. They pinned the Panthers back deep. And, yeah, out comes the punt unit. And now back deep to return it for the Panthers is Alano Alvarez. Snap taken and almost blocked. This punt's going to be low. It's going to spiral, and it's a good punt for the Tigers. It will be fielded at the 9-yard line. So Panthers backed way, way deep in their own territory with 2 minutes and 49 seconds left to make something happen. And this is really the drive.
It's really nerve-wracking. Like, this is probably the last play if they can hold it out for that long.
Yeah, this is really the last possession that the Panthers will really have in this game, and they got to make it count. Down by 7, unless something totally random and crazy happens. But, yeah, down by 7. And Nathan Rico will take the snap. And this one's going to be fired over the middle. Hayden Klein again will receive it, and a gain of 13. And he is the impact player for me, Matthew.
Yep. He's really the star tonight.
Yeah. Somebody we haven't really seen a lot of so far this season. He's been a huge impact player tonight. A lot of key conversions. And a snap taken. Nathan Rico fire one over the middle, looking for Hayden Klein again. And Hayden Klein got wrapped up and then kind of hit late. I'm surprised the flag didn't fly there. Kind of got laid on after he went down, but no flag, and it will be 2nd and 10 with 2 minutes and 33 seconds left. Panthers look like they're focused on throwing here, as they should be. No real. I have one timeout to spare, but no reason to waste it yet. And Nathan Rico gets the Tigers to jump off sides. And now it'll be 2nd and 5 for the Panthers. That hard count finally got him. He'd been trying that a few times tonight to no avail. That time successful and able to draw the Tigers off sides. Now Nathan Rico in the backfield. Lucas Oyker with him. He's going to take the snap. He's got a little time. He's going to roll to his right. And he's going to get going. And it's going to be a big gain. Gain of about 16 or so. A good run. A good scramble from the QB. And now the Panthers are moving. 2 minutes and 22 seconds left. Steps out of bounds, so that clock will stop. Down by 7. 1st down and 10 from the 48. Panthers are on the move. Can't make mistakes here. And Lee Simon has to take a timeout. A little momentum shifting in the Panthers' favor here, trying to kind of quiet everything down, get everything set up, are the Tigers. And this gives the Panthers a good time to kind of regenerate, relax, recoup, so they can finish out the second half of this drive.
This honestly is one of my favorite games because usually the Panthers just dominate, but now we're actually behind in the fourth quarter with 2 minutes left. It's like it really makes your blood boil.
Oh, it's exciting, but I got to ask, Matthew, you like losing?
Well, we're going to win in the end. Yeah, I do like losing.
Oh, all right. You're confident.
Of course.
So each team has one timeout now, each. And it is getting chilly in here, Matthew. It's crunch time now for the Panthers. This is, definitely the most exciting game I've called this year. Down to the wire. And Nathan Rico will take the snap, and he's going to survey. Survey, has a little time, looks to scramble, getting chased down from behind. And it's going to be complete. Flag will fly. It's going to be an illegal forward pass. He was way past the line of scrimmage. Passed by at least a yard, I think, when he threw that. So that one's not going to stand. I mean, really made something happen. But, yeah, just definitely past that line of scrimmage. You can't throw the ball when you're past the line of scrimmage as a quarterback. And so that's going to get called back. And the Panthers are going to have a 1st and 15 or so, I think. I think it's a 5-yard penalty. Yeah, so it'll be 1st and 15. Oh, 2nd and 14. Excuse me. So now 2 minutes and 11 seconds left, and 2nd and 14. We'll see what Nathan Rico has drawn up here. Pressure coming. He's going to fire over the middle, and Mudia Rubin is wide open, and he's going to cut it back left and will be hit by 2 defenders, but rumbling down to the 32 goes Mudia Rubin, and a big gainer.
Finally, he catches it, and he makes a big splash in the game.
Yeah, and we saw that touchdown that first half, but ever since then, dormant from Mudia, and finally a huge play from him, as now Nathan Rico will drop back, pressure coming, gonna lob one, Mudia Rubin wide open, touchdown, Panthers. The game-saving catch. All it lies on now is that extra point, 1 minute and 52 seconds left, and Mudia streaking down the right side of the field, wide open in the back of the end zone. Touchdown grab right into the pocket. And a great quarterback throw and a great receiving catch. And the chemistry between these two guys is impressive. And now Mason Love will come on for the extra point. 26-27. Mason needs this to tie the game.
His kick is strong. I don't remember last time he missed a kick, so.
Yeah, he's been impressive. Only a sophomore. And it's all rides on this. Kick is up, and it is good, and it is tied. 27-27, 1 minute and 52 seconds left. And this is exciting, Matthew.
Yeah, it is. Now they have 1 minute and 52 seconds to score.
Yeah, so a timeout and 1 minute and 52 seconds left. Lee Summit, game is tied. They can still do this, but a little difficult. And that's impressive, Matthew. That I didn't think they were going to get down there. I thought the momentum, was swinging in the Tigers' favor. I didn't think they were going to make it. The Panthers on that deep ball to Mudia Rubin. That's 2 touchdowns tonight, and I don't know, maybe he is the impact player, Matthew.
We're undefeated, so let's keep it that way.
Yeah. Now kickoff team is coming on. And now it all lies on the Panthers defense trying to send this one to overtime, or maybe even get the ball back and score. I don't know how much time, how quickly they can do that, but if it's possible, I say go for it, Matthew.
Yeah.
And this kick is up, and it's going to be fielded at the 1. A great kick by Mason Love. And wrapped up at the 15. A great, great special teams play there for the Panthers. And now the defense marches on the field. And the ball will be started at the 16-yard line. 84 yards to go for the Lee Summit Tigers. And that's like 2 last-second touch. I mean, I know that wasn't last second, but last-minute touchdowns for Mudia Rubin. That's crazy impressive, coming up in the clutch there for the Panthers. And now flags will fly. Not sure who this one's on. I assume it's going to be a false start, and it will be. So false start against the Tigers. That'll back them up 5 yards even further. First and 15 now, 1 minute and 47 seconds left. And this ball will be quickly fired to the left side, and tackled out of bounds is number 11, David Dorsett. 2nd and 8 now for the Tigers. 4 receivers out wide, a running back. Or 3 receivers now. 1 tight end, 1 running back. Motion man, snap taken, fake the handoff, looking to throw, fired to the left and incomplete, almost intercepted. And on the breakup there, I believe that was Dylan Love. He almost had the game, well, not winning, but sealing interception there. Just unable to come down with it, a little too high for him. And now it is 3rd and 8, 1minute and 37 seconds left. If the Panthers are able to make a stop here, they might get the ball back in time in order to, make something happen on offense. They could win this game before the overtime period just due to the nature of these incompletions stopping the clock. We'll see. As Alex Benassi will take the snap, he's going to roll to his right. He's going to look to throw. He will fire one. Tight spiral, and this one will be incomplete. A huge breakup. And that was Alano Alvarez on the breakup. And he just pushed the Tigers receiver. I believe that was Joshua Manning who caught it. Pushed him out of bounds, and when on that fall to the ground, he dropped it. And so now, incomplete. And the punt team will come on for the Tigers, I think. So the Panthers are going to have a chance to win this game, and they might have great field position to do it in. Alano Alvarez back to return this, and he's seated at the 50. If he gets it there, this game is not out of reach at all. Snap taken, punt is up, and this one is high and will take a bounce. Alano Alvarez will field it, and he will take it to the 50, and the Panthers have, I don't know, Mason Love's range. I guess Moody is the one kicking the field goal, so the Panthers really have like 25 yards to go to set up a field goal. I mean, it'd be a far field goal for Moody. He could do it. I've seen him do it. But I mean, they could win this game. 1minute and 18 seconds left. This is going to come down to the wire, Matthew. You wanted these games where we came back behind and won. This might be it.
As long as there's no more fumbles or interceptions, this could be our game.
Now, Darien Jones is your running back.
I hope I didn't jinx it.
4 receivers out wide. Snap taken. Nathan Rico going to fire. And Chase Fitch is going to come up with it. That ball nearly out of his reach. An athletic play. Or that was Hayden Klein, excuse me. My apologies. Hayden Klein, another impact play. I don't know, Matthew. I keep going back and forth. Nathan Rico will take the snap. He's going to take a deep drop. Fire quickly and wide open is Mudio Rubin. How are you going to leave Moody? And he shakes out of 2 tackles and down to the 26 he goes. 50 seconds left. Clock hasn't started running yet. And there it goes. All right, 50 seconds left. Now Nathan Rico can kind of take his time here. Can relax a little bit. And he will look to throw over the middle and caught. In field goal range now. That was Hayden Klein, the impact player, Matthew. I'm saying it.
There's so many new names today.
Hayden Klein is the impact player of tonight's game. 40 seconds left. Nathan Rico takes the snap, looks to throw. He's going to roll to his right. Can't take a sack. Going to throw. And intercepted in the end zone is Nathan Rico. So now 29 seconds. Wow, that's a stunner.
He really could have just not thrown it.
Yeah, he should have thrown that one away. So yeah, 29 seconds left. And I guess at least someone's gonna try and make something happen. Yeah, Nathan Rico should not have thrown that ball. That was a bad play. That was yikes. They were moving. They were in field goal range. And, I mean, everybody makes mistakes.
The crowd was real hype.
The crowd was into it. But now the Panthers defense trying to make a stop. And this ball will be quickly screened out to the left, where it will be caught and run for a gain of about 10 is Joshua Manning. And now Lee Summit is starting to move. 23 seconds left. The clock will now run. Benassi takes the snap, looks to throw. He's going to roll to his left, and he's going to scramble and get out of bounds, which will stop the clock with 11 seconds left. Second down and 8, although that doesn't really matter. You're going no matter what at this point. Now Benassi will take the snap. Going to look to throw. Pressure coming. And sacked. He will be sacked. And 4 seconds now on the clock. And that's probably going to do it for the end of regulation, I'd assume. Third and long. 4 seconds left. And Lee Summit's going to take their timeout. Which means I guess they're going to try and go for something here.
Maybe a really, really long pass, like all the way to the end zone if he can throw that far.
Yeah, I mean, that's really all you could do right now to really tie this one up. So we'll see. We might be going to overtime here. I wouldn't be shocked if we do. In fact, I'd be shocked if we didn't. But we will see. So, that was, man, that interception in that end zone, that was, man, that could have been game-winning right there if that interception isn't thrown. Just a risky ball, and, I guess he just probably didn't see that defender kind of step in from that left side, and so it'll be picked off. So and now we're here, third down, 4 seconds left. Benassi takes the snap and has all sorts of time. He's going to look to throw. He's going to lob one, and this one's going to sail out of bounds. We're going to overtime. At the end of 4, your score 27-27. All tied up here at Preston Field on a chilly night. So I'm not sure how the high school overtime rules work, Matthew. Do you know?
I have no clue, but I think maybe they'll flip a coin again to see who goes first. And yeah.
I'm wondering if it's like the NFL where you get one shot, or if it's like the college football where, you can go back and forth for a while. I'm not sure on how it works, but we're sure to find out. What could have been if that interception didn't happen, Matthew?
A touchdown.
Now the two quarterbacks will go out to midfield. Waiting the coin toss. Yeah, either way, I don't know how the rule set works, but either way, you want to get this ball first. It's a long coin toss.
Yeah, and it's just getting colder by the second.
Okay, down to 48 now. So, 4 seconds. 3, 2, 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. don't know what happened. I don't know who's getting the ball yet.
I feel like we did.
It looks like our return team is going. I'm not sure, Matthew. It looks like our offense is in the huddle. What? Our offense is taking the field. Wait, what? Okay, Matthew. Okay, this is interesting. So no kickoff. No. So overtime is interesting, I guess, in high school. So the Panthers start on offense with the ball at the 25. So I've never experienced the high school overtime. So Nathan Rico is going to take the snap, and it's going to go to Lucas Oiker, who's going to break free. He's going to rumble down to the 11-yard line, and I'm not sure if that's game-winning, like if he scores or not.
I hope.
It sure helps, you know. So we will see. A first down, Lucas Oiker there. No time in the overtime period. And now another handoff to Lucas, and maybe gets a yard. Forward progress was stopped. Second down and 10. Nathan Rico takes the snap, surveys, and stiff arms a man, fires, end zone, touchdown, and that's a touchdown. And the celebration, I don't know if that's the game, but everybody's celebrating like that's the game, so we'll see. Now here comes the field goal unit. So here comes the kick. Okay, so here's what I'd assume. They both get a chance. Mason Love makes this, go up 7. They both get a chance from the 25. So, okay, that's I assume it's college style like that, and they'll go back and forth until somebody can't, convert. Which is interesting. That's an interesting style of overtime, as Mason Love puts this one up and good. And now on comes Lee Summit. And this is action-packed. So 34-27. And I've never seen an overtime period like this, Matthew.
No, it's so exciting. I just wish it was a lot more hotter.
Yeah, it is. It's chilly up here. Yeah. I'm sure it's chilly down there too.
A lot chillier, yeah.
And now Lee Summit's offense will take the field. They get the ball at the 25. All right, it's all down to this Panthers defense. Rage Cage is getting loud. Benassi is looking to change the play, it might look like. And he will try, and he does. Benassi from the 25 will take the snap, look to throw, roll to his right, and this one will be no good, off the turf. So it'll be second and 10 now from the 25. I mean, you're going no matter what.
Yeah.
So really, it's a 4-down territory. Benassi again has Devin Andrews trailing him. And 6 seconds now on the play clock. Benassi's got to snap this ball a little, trying to change the play. Where's the flag? Is the flag? Yeah, there's the flag. So delay of game now on Benassi. 2nd and 15. The Panthers sideline is wild right now. Panthers players jumping up and down. And now it's 2nd and 15 from the 30. Benassi takes the snap, looks to throw, fires one. This one, incomplete. looking for number 11, David Dorsett there, and unable to really locate him. That ball just kind of too far and too far to the left as well. And now it's going to be 3rd and 15. So really 2 downs to get 15 yards, or they're done, essentially. Snap taken. Benassi will roll to his right. Fires. No good. Off the hands of his intended target. And it's 4th and 15. It all comes down to one play.
Oh, my gosh. Everyone's running on the field. The whole crowd is really
Yeah, the crowd is wild right now. 34-27. It's all going to come down to this one play. It's all going to come down to Benassi. And the Panthers have got to get loud. The sidelines amping up the crowd, the Rage Cage, eager to jump onto the field. And a timeout will be taken by Lee Summit. So 4th and 15, game on the line. They're going to talk this one over, which, makes perfect sense. Yeah, the Rage Cage ready to jump onto the field. This is an exciting game. I'm wondering. Oh, actually getting a stern talking to from the police. Not stern enough though. They're still climbing over.
No. Nothing beats team spirit. So.
Nothing. All right, 4th and 15 now. Matthew, I might have to get out there. All right, Benassi trailed by Devin Andrews. He will take the snap. It's thrown. Pressure coming. Lobbing. And this one, no good. That game is over. Your final score, Panthers 34, Liberty Lee Summit High School Tigers. They go down 34-27. That's your final score. I'm Bodie Eiseminger. I was joined by
Matthew Roby.
And what an exciting game, Matthew. This is exactly how you wanted it. Down going into the 4th and ending up winning. So, yeah, your final score, Panthers 34, Lee Summit Tigers 27. I was Bodie Eiseminger. I was joined by Matthew Roby. Thank you so much.